Hello and welcome back. Today we will be doing the Squire build for Death Note farming. So basically just a max damage Squire build. If you watched any of the previous episodes, you know the gist of where I'm going with this. If not, a quick rundown. Basically, um, this will be more focused towards just pushing max damage as high as I can get it, so that I can focus on farming Death Note as efficiently as possible, while also not sacrificing as much utility as possible that the classes bring. So slight variations between the classes, but the majority of the builds have very similar talent allocation. So without further introduction, let's get into it. So tab one and this is going to be Squire, obviously. For tab one, going to go ahead and max out Gilded, Sharpened Axe, and Idle Brawling. Good books to grab. I need to get higher leveled ones. Um, so we go ahead and max those out. That's going to be your best for tab one. Squire also gets to benefit from Meat Shank and a health booster, boosting Meat Shank. So we'll go ahead and do that as well. Boost up Meat Shank. Meat Shank is level 200 because it helps. It is helped by your second tab. I need to level mine more, but it's at 100 for now. Highest theoretical is 260 here, so I got a long way to go of leveling that, but I don't focus on my warriors as much. Um, After Meat Shank, we can go ahead and boost up Health Booster, because that will help boost the damage of Meat Shank. And voila, that will be your main ones. Again, Fist of Rage we will do after we get some strengths more, so I don't have to tab back and forth so much. And keep it a little bit more coherent, I think. So yeah, those will be your major damage sources for tab 1. Tab 2, going to be carry a big stick, strength in numbers, and HP overdrive. Ooh, I really need to book this character. After which, you want to focus on the strength build, on the talents that give strength. I will not be using kebabs on this character, so I won't level Hungry for Gold. If you are using kebabs, Hungry for Gold is good. Prioritize it about as equal to strength boosting. um, Stress tested garb, while the scaling is pretty bad, it should be better than the plus ones that you get from these. You can test it though by, so we got 1, 1, 1, 1. Each point is giving 1, so it is basically equal to Firmly Glass, but an absolute unit. For all intents and purposes, we will be maxing all of them to our, cap. So go ahead and do that. I wish lava made this easier. Okay, so that will be basically where we're getting the majority of our damage for tab 2. Power Strike, Whirl, and Double Strike will help our AFK kills per hour, but we will get those after we see how many points we got left over to play with. In tab 3, Precision Power is going to be your Squire's main damage source. So let's go ahead and max that out. It does incentivize you to level up your refineries as much as you can. Um, After that, for Squire, they benefit from um, only getting, well, they don't benefit. They don't get any K multiplier from either of their two active talents. They actually only get damage off of these. K multiplier being basically what helps your kills per hour while AFK. And as this isn't a build focusing on capping high HP mobs, mastery isn't all that helpful. And Bricky Skin, same thing with Balance Spirit. So from here, we're going to want to max Strength some more, because that will give us the highest amount of damage we can get. I don't need blocky bottles because it's on my preset too. we can go ahead and go back to basics, get some more utility. After which, that's basically where you can get damage for a Squire. So let's go ahead and max redox rates and sharper saws. Um, as this will not be my sampling build, I won't need this. Also, I'm already capped on sampling regardless. So, but if you aren't, this is nice and useful for that if you are doing that build. Shielded statues does give a tiny bit of damage in the form of power, or boosting your power statue. Because we have excess points, we'll go ahead and boost that. Um, as far as refinery throttle goes, I like putting it on my second tab more. You can put it on this tab as well. It is personal preference. So we'll go ahead and do that. Um, After that, you can just pump the rest of the points into your act talents. I will just do so evenly. Doesn't really help anything besides making slightly harder mobs to cap easier. And sure, we'll throw one here, and then the rest in the mastery because it's fun. Voila! So that is tab 3 done. Now we go back to tab 2, so you have a little bit more points to play with. Let us go ahead and, because we can, just max everything to our capacity. I need to grab some more library books for this character. As you see, I have multiple skills, kind of too low. Gotta focus on that. But easy peasy, just max everything. But that isn't the point of this. Go by the priority. After that, I would say go hungry for gold. But again, if you're using kebabs, hungry for gold would be a higher priority. Unfortunately, Tempestus Emotions doesn't really help in an active build and doesn't help construction XP. It only helps warrior related ones, and you aren't going to be mining or fishing, so it really doesn't do much. And none of these would give any benefits as well, so yeah, just gonna toss those in there. Back to tab 1, we can go ahead and now max out Fist of Rage. Get it nice and beefed up. And after which, I would go for utility in the form of drop rate, agility, and brew speed. And with any excess points, I will go into mana booster because that will slightly increase damage. Very slightly. For star talents, my highest leveled character is 217, so we're going to go 22 on here. Each of these. Ooh, I didn't mean to do that. And this is why I dislike those talents. Leveling them, you can accidentally misclick and then waste a talent reset potion. But at least these exist now, so. Okay, let's fix that. 10, 10. Boom, boom. The last one doesn't benefit me because I'm not there yet, but I like planning for the future. Go ahead and max TikTok. Stonks anywhere between 24 and 30 gives max benefit. I just put 25 in, make it easy on myself. Let's go ahead and check our quests. 120. Really need to do more quests on this character. Boom, boom, boom. 120. I'll toss an extra 5 points in there for when I get around to doing some quests. I like putting one into dice because it's fun. Dungeonic damage will help your damage the most, followed by Frothy Mulk. I also like having telekinetic storage leveled and just XP. You can also toss them into Mega Crit. I like having at least 1 point in Shrine Architect to move shrines on demand. Toss them into Milky Way candies, and Squires generally have an excess of points because construction, so it's just a really easy skill level for them. So you can toss them wherever you feel like afterward. Hopefully this will be working soon, so you can toss access points into there. Or cardiovascular if you are planning to farm cards at the same time. And yeah. Sure, we'll put them in here. So yeah, that would be the gist of a Squire build. Um, as you can see, the Squire damage suffers. It's not. It's like the second lowest class, basically. Only Maestro generally has lower damage than a Squire. Um, but that being said, you can still pump it through alternative means. You're just not going to get as much through your talents. Also, make sure you do not activate Balance Spirit before you go um, AFK. I actually usually don't even put it on the tab. Um, I wanted to level that to show people, not to do that. Because it will hurt your Death Noting capabilities. So yeah, I'm at 2.5 mil here. Let's go ahead and activate that. Boosts us up to about 2.67. After which, I mean, I do have pretty bad books on this character because I neglected him. Um, but you're gonna have to get a lot of your damage through your gear, your card sets, your food, etc. Um, so yeah, Squire just notoriously suffers from damage loss or a loss of how much damage they can deal. It's not too bad. It's not so much worse than the other classes that you can't play around it, but you do have to keep in mind that the Squire needs a little bit more love than the other ones. So hopefully this helps show where to allocate points if you are low on them. That's the point of it. I don't really need to allocate points efficiently. I have tons. Um, but hopefully that priority order that I showed, gives some insight. So yeah, hopefully that helped, and I will see you in the next one.